All right, hello, welcome to Lecture 7, the mid-lecture in my series on Leviticus, and 7 is the number of perfection. I'm going to put in a shameless plug for my book here, The Sanctuary of the Soul, written in 2013. It's got a nice picture of a burning heart there that you can find on Amazon. It contains all the ideas I'm expressing in this lecture. It is not a page-turner. It is not a bestseller, but it does contain these ideas. After all this time, we are finally going to enter into the text of Leviticus. We've been talking about stuff from other books that lead up to Leviticus, but in the last 6 lectures, I want to talk about the text itself. And so I want to give a kind of introduction to the text of Leviticus. There's a lot of people who hang their hat on the Mosaic authorship of the Torah. I am not one of those. Some of the material in Leviticus may go back to the days of Moses in the 13th century. However, much of it was written and rewritten over time. It certainly came together over a lengthy period of time, probably not reaching the form in which we currently have it till the days of Ezra in the 6th century BC. Thematically speaking, the book of Leviticus is the center of the Torah. It's everybody's least favorite book. It is my favorite book, and that shows all of you why my thinking is on par with that of the people who wrote this book. Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers belong to a trilogy at the center of the Torah. Exodus ends with Yahweh entering the most holy place. Leviticus gives instructions to the priest in the holy place, and Numbers gives instructions to the Israelite laity who meet in the outer court. It's divided according to levels of holiness. It is not chronological. You will find material in Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers that happen on the same day of the first year after the Israelites left Egypt, and it is spread over the course of 3 books. Chronology is not our author's primary intent. Levels of holiness is. And the theology in the book of Leviticus, as my book, here's my shameless plug again, The Sanctuary of the Soul expresses, provides us with the theology of the Old Testament, the theological core. It is not expressed in the language of theology. It's pre-philosophical. It is certainly pre the theology of the early church. It is expressed in ritual. But it gives us insight for those who are Christians and interested in the Old Testament into the person of Jesus Christ, who is described as the temple. And it also gives us insight into our own inner lives, who are also to become temples, indwelt by the Holy Spirit. And so this material in Leviticus is not only a roadmap for the governance of our inner lives, but also the key to Christology that we can find in the Old Testament. And finally, before I conclude this 7th installment in my series on Leviticus, I have one more book plug. For those of you who can't stand all of this theology and textual criticism and history, buy Norman's Descent, a fiction book by C.T. Lewis, a philosophical horror novel about a man who goes down into the netherworld to rescue his daughter from an evil demon who has created limbo into a carnival for lost children. Brother Andrew Clavin, who some of you may know off the Daily Wire, says that art is in a low ebb in our society, that Christians need to participate in art, and that they need not be afraid of the dark side of life. So for those of you who are fiction readers, go on Amazon, buy Norman's Descent. Read Norman's Descent, the first in a series, and you can write a good review for me on Amazon. I would appreciate that. Without further ado, I'm going to move on to Lecture 8, and we're going to get into the text of the book of Leviticus.